Hi, welcome to Retro Down Under. Today, we're going to be looking at this 3DS that we picked up at a local buy and sell shop. So, he had it listed at 200, working and all that, but it obviously doesn't come on, or any of that jazz. And the reason for that was probably this we noticed when we picked it up. It's got a bulge. It's not where the battery normally would be. And it looks like there's like some wires in there hanging out. So this is going to be quite an interesting one. But if it is fixed and working, it could be a nice little unit. But I guess the first thing I want to do is take it apart. I'm not even going to try and charge it, because if I try and charge it and there's a short, it's going to destroy the whole thing if it isn't already. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually just open up the battery compartment, because I feel like I'm going to be able to see a lot of stuff if I do that. So let's just get straight into it. I don't know if this has ever been opened before. The guy we got it from, don't worry about that $200 price ticker as well. We didn't get it for that, obviously. There's a lot wrong with it. But the guy we got it from, he doesn't test. So it's just like, well, it could be fine. It might just be something unrelated in there. Someone shoved in there or whatever. But yeah, you never know. Usually it's a bulging battery, but it's not on the right side for the battery. So let's have a look. It should come apart like that. You know what? It is on the side of the battery, because I'm remembering wrong. The other side is for the XL. So this is something to do with the battery. Let's go ahead and get that out. Usually you get it down that side. I'm going to need something a little bit more pokey than what I have to get to that. So let's have a look. I'm just grabbing a head of a flat screwdriver to pop that out with. Looks like it might just be, yeah, I don't know what that is actually. Somebody has modified this. For what? I'm not sure. It looks like it's bridging something. I don't know if you can see that in there. There should be no reason to have those there. The only reason that would be there is if they were trying to charge it and it just falls out. So trying to charge it externally maybe, or they're bridging a gap. It looks like there's some gunk here as well. Not sure what that is. Hopefully not battery acid. Yeah, it's on the bottom of the battery. The battery is not swollen, however, but I'm wondering if someone's tried to, yeah, so it just falls out. It's just two wires that look like they're joined at the top, but then why would they be joined? Why would you be joining the plus and the minus together? That just boggles my mind. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put that battery back in normally. See if it powers on at all. It probably doesn't, but it's probably dead as well. Yeah, I'm not getting any blue lights. I do have a charger with me, so I might just do that actually. Because I don't know why any reason that would be in there. That's very strange. I've never seen that before. And all the contacts here are functional. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we'll see if I can plug it in and at least charge it. I have a charger here. Yeah, a little red light comes on. So it's actually getting charged from that battery, because if I was to remove the battery whilst it's charging, yeah, it stops. The red light goes away, which means it is charging. Well, I'm going to try and turn it on. So I'm going to try and turn it on now that it's charging. I'm not getting any blue light, but it could just be because it's so dead. So what I'm going to have to do is actually let that charge for a bit and come back and see if it turns on. So I'll be back in a little short while. Alright, so it's been charging just for about 10 minutes or so. It should be enough to just actually turn the unit on if it's got any kind of working ability. So let's do that. Just press that button. I've got a red light, which just indicates a low battery, but it's more than it was doing before. There you go. It's actually sort of booted up and working. I don't hear any sound, however. Yeah, there we go. don't know if you can hear that. There you go, you probably heard that. So that's working. Does the 3D work? It's not going to show up on the camera, but you know what? The 3D works. Probably just saw it go all weird, but that means it's working. So what the hell was that about? What was this about? This was plugged right into the battery as if it was being tied the plus and minus together. It's so odd. I've never seen that before, and I don't know why you would want to tie the positive and negative together. That's just dumb. But that is charging. It does say in the top corner there that it's charging, and it's functional. I will have to test the game card slot, I suppose. There is nothing on the system though. It's been wiped, which means it was functional up until the point where someone wiped it. But I'll go into, I guess I'll go into settings. We'll have a look at settings. I'll just do this down here now. Hopefully you guys can still see everything. We practically got this for nothing. We haggled him down and all that, and because it was bulging, it looked like it was a battery issue, and he was like, I'm not sure. So that's cool. Let me see. It's on 6.1.0, so it's quite an older firmware. That's a DS game. It's alright. I've got a DS game here we can test. Just if this works, the cartridge slot works anyway, so it's all good. Cartridge slot's on the top on these ones. Let me see. So that's been plugged in now. I have to go home. Make sure it comes up. I mean, if this seems to be working. If it's working this well, I'm just going to clean it up, and yeah, cartridge slot came straight up. There's Zelda Spirit Tracks. Just check that it boots and plays fine. There's no graphical issues or whatever. Yeah, it's just gunky. Whoop, turn it down, but it sounds working. Yeah, that's literally working now. Is start working? Yep. Home works. These buttons here are usually the first to go, but they're working fine. Touchscreen's working. The analog stick, I believe, was working. I haven't really had a good go at that yet, but yeah, that seems to be functioning. Yeah. So that's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just take all the stickers off this, clean it up, and we'll see how we get it looking at the end, because this functions quite well, and I have no idea what the cables were about that were shoved into the battery compartment, unless there's some kind of mod that I'm not aware about for these. But other than that, this is a working system, so I'm quite happy with that. It just needs a bit of cleaning up, which I will do, and we'll come back. All right, so we're just going to clean this up. And got the trusty old cotton swabs. I'm going to get a couple of those out here, back over here, and then obviously the IPA. You don't clean them with anything else, but I'm going to take all the stickers off first. There's a bit of gunk around all of the edging and stickers on the front, but it looks like it's mostly just grime. There's a little bit of like scratch damage, but not enough to worry about. It seems pretty decent, to be honest. So these stickers are really a pain in the ass. The best thing you can do is literally just edge them up like that. Get it all sort of in a row, and then sort of slowly pull them when it's coming away. But it's really gunky. Really, really gunky. And it's hard for you guys to see what's actually happening here, but there we go. Just get that away, and we'll use some IPA in a minute and get the gunk off. I don't have any goo away or anything like that at the moment, which would be ideal, but IPA should work quite well just to get some of this gunk off there, at least from the front screen. And you can sort of see what I'm doing. I'm just rolling it off. That's the best way, I think. That's how I do it anyway. Just going to spray that off. So it's just got a bit of IPA on here. And you'll see that that should come off after a few sprays, maybe. Yeah, it's coming away. What I might do is I'll roll through this footage and you guys can just watch me clean in record time. So just at the end of cleaning it, and I'm going to be putting the back in it, and the battery as well. Actually, before I do that, I'll just clean the battery up a little bit, and notice I had a bit of sticky residue. I don't know what it's from. It's not leaking, but it's something to do. It might have been glued down originally or something. It's definitely not leaking. It's not bulged or anything like that. So like the battery is nice and thin. It's not damaged or anything. So and it's the right charger for a right battery for it and everything. The 5 watt. So I don't know. Put that back in. Put this back in. And I didn't tear it down because I didn't feel like it was needed to. It sort of, if it all functions without me having to tear it apart and it wasn't too dirty, it was just sort of old, dirty. It wasn't that bad. So yeah, I don't think I need to do anything else to this. Apart from charge it. But with the charger that's got, it actually does turn on. I've only charged it less than 10 minutes really. But the charger itself, if I plug that in, you'll see it change a different color hopefully. Yeah, there we go, charger came on. So the battery's working and it's charging. The only thing I didn't test was the camera, but I'll do that now. There's a chance the camera might be broken. Could not access. No, it's working. You can probably barely see that, but it's working. So yeah, that's fine. It came up all right. As good as I can pretty much get it. It's nice and I'll let it go back to the menu before I close it up. There we go. But it came up nice and shiny. There's a few scratches and dents, but to be honest, as a showpiece for the shelf and that and functions, and yeah, I'm happy with that. I thought there was going to be a lot more wrong with that considering it had the 2 jumpers on the battery. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. The only thing I can speculate is that somebody tried to, maybe their charger was broken or maybe this wasn't working at some point, but it's working now, and they tried to charge the battery externally itself. Otherwise, I have no idea what it's for. We've looked it up, and yeah, I have no idea, but that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I'm not going to tear it down. It works. There's no reason for me to tear it down. It all functions. It plays games. It came up looking nice. I think we got a bargain on this one. So yeah, stay tuned for more stuff. Hopefully things I actually have to fix. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see you next time.